What's up, everybody? It's your coach Jaron here with Forge, and today we're going to be going over the double kettlebell swing. Now, the double kettlebell swing is an excellent assistance movement for all of the barbell lifts. Due to the ballistic nature and the hip hinge pattern and the ability to load heavier because of the use of two bells, it is excellent for building up your deadlift, your squat, your sumo deadlift, and just the overall strength and power output of your hips and your hamstrings, in addition to strengthen your upper back from having to swing and stabilize those bells. It addresses some of the limitations with single kettlebell training, primarily that of being able to increase the load over time. If you are someone who does not have access to a barbell, it can be a great replacement for a traditional barbell deadlift, or it can be a way to train heavier kettlebell work without having to purchase expensive, heavy single kettlebells. It's much cheaper and easier to buy two bells of the same weight and get a lot of years of training out of them than it is to just buy an additional heavier kettlebell that you may only be able to do swings with. The double kettlebell swing is also the foundation of being able to do movements such as the double kettlebell clean, the double kettlebell front squat, and the double kettlebell overhead press. For all those reasons, let's learn this variation today. To perform the double kettlebell swing, we're going to use the dead stop variation just as we did with the single kettlebell swing to learn the groove and that initial hike with both bells. With double kettlebell work, you're going to obviously need to take a wider stance to allow the room for both bells to fit between the legs without hitting yourself in the knees. You may need to turn your toes out slightly, but in general, your feet should be facing mostly straight forward. From here, we're going to go through our checklist by ensuring that we have proper rooting with even pressure through the heel, little toe, and big toe of the foot. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth to drop the ribs. Take a slight inhale until we feel our obliques engage. Karate chop the hips back. You'll notice that we have the bells 12 to 18 inches out in front of the feet with the handles shaped in a V, both at 45-degree angles so that both thumbs can be facing backwards on the initial hike. We're going to tilt the bells back to engage the lats. We're going to inhale on the back swing and then drive the hips through and return. Once we've learned the mechanics using the dead stop variation, we're able to link reps together. The double kettlebell swing with the bells between the legs is excellent at developing the glutes and the adductors or inner thighs. But another variation that's even better for development of the hamstrings and very closely mimics a conventional deadlift is the double kettlebell outside swing. With this variation, we're going to be holding both bells on the outsides of the legs and going through the same hip hinge swing pattern. With this variation, it's important to think about dropping the shoulders and almost flaring the lats. That way we keep the bells outside the legs and you don't risk banging the kettlebells on the outsides of your knees. To perform this variation, we'll set up very similarly, except with a closer stance. The bells are going to be 12 to 18 inches out in front, and we'll go through our same sequence. Karate chopping the hips back, tilting the bells to engage the lats. Regardless of which of these variations you end up using, both will build extreme amounts of power and strength through your entire posterior chain and are a great addition to any strength and conditioning program.